into the outside wall, and it turns Donnie sideways. Austin, with nowhere to go, makes contact. Look at top of 9, our point leader, just get by the 3 of Austin Dillon.
Oh, and then Austin gets hit again.
That's Chris Jones, the 87, just knocks that front fascia off.
Now watch this. Donnie Leah just does not give Crum any room at all. It squeezes him in the outside wall, and watch how hard Austin hits him. Boom.
Straightens it back out.
I'm not sure that maybe Donnie Leah didn't receive the least amount of damage of all the trucks, and he's the one that caused that mess.
And Donnie Leah and Jake Crum are teammates at S&S Green Light Racing.
Things happen fast around this racetrack.
Kyle Busch, you heard him grab third gear even before he got to turn number 1.
He wanted to make sure he had plenty of options, get that thing down on a lower gear, and if he needs to make a move in a hurry, he would have the power to do it. I love that move by Kyle Busch.
Here's Donnie, just squeezes Jake up into the outside wall. Jake could not have gone any higher.
Well, you're right.
He could have got on top of the wall, I guess. So maybe he could have gone a little higher.
Look at these guys doing a great job. We heard Kyle Busch downshifting. Todd Bodine just snaking his way through. Chris Jones down on the bottom just couldn't seemingly like get his truck over to the left far enough, and added insult to injury by hitting Austin Dillon again.
Danny Stockman, the crew chief for Austin Dillon. Those guys have worked extremely hard on the front of this truck already today, and it looks like they're going to have to go back to work, right?
Well, and that's part of the concern, Rick. Whenever you have those repairs like they did earlier today, sometimes you got to use duct tape and all kinds of different things. So they're not sure what kind of damage they're going to face here. But in order to try to stay on the lead lap, they're going to do double pit stops. As they come in this time, they'll work just on the right side. They'll not put any fuel in it. And Austin now sees his sign, pulls in. There's a good bit of fender missing on the right front, and the nose piece is completely gone there. Now, the other thing is the input for the brakes may have to be removed. So they're talking it over on the radio, making a track bar adjustment, going up 1.5 rounds there. No fuel this time, right side work only. They'll come back to work on the left side after they go around, but they got to stay on the lead lap.
Remember, Austin has a string of 8 top 10 finishes in a row coming into this race here.
I don't believe he's going to be able to have another one, Phil. That thing's tore up pretty good. That restart, Elliott Sadler took the top side, and we saw the trouble that guys were having trying to make passes down on the bottom. Even Brad Keselowski spinning out. So I like the choice here. Gets a great start, but he said he just couldn't get it in the fourth.
There's third gear. He's fine in third, but cannot get it in the fourth gear right there.
Right there. He was trying to grab fourth. It wouldn't go in. And look, that's how competitive this thing is. One little bobble, and 3 trucks were all the way around him.
But what a heads-up move by Timothy Peters and James Buescher to get by him without making contact. Obviously, some debris still on the racetrack over there on the backstretch.
The tough part for Austin Dillon and that 3 team is getting all these repairs made, because you spend so much time at pit road speed driving the pit roads, you have very little time to work on your truck.
So the debris, they will get that off of the racetrack. How about Kyle Busch?
How about that crowd?
Yeah, great crowd on hand here in Bristol, Tennessee. Kyle Busch has gone from starting in the 35th position all the way up to 13th. Impressive for young Kyle Busch. This time it's Timothy Peters that will bring the field back to the green flag as we restart here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Chooses the outside as well. He is able to grab that lead, or keep the lead, I should say. Ron Hornaday is going to come with him from the outside.
And take the spot away from James Buescher in that 31. Buescher down on the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Mike Skinner in the 5.
Looked like Elliott Sadler didn't have any trouble that time getting his truck up to speed, so whatever's wrong with it, he was able to figure out how to deal with it.
And you know, he was ready for it too. Make sure he got that thing down in 4th gear.
Smoking coming out of the 23 of Jason White. Looks like an engine may have expired.
He's had 2 engine failures in the last 2 races, 2 in a row. He's had trouble under the hood of that number 23 truck, 10th in the points. These blows have really dashed his chances of a solid season.
And fluid on the racetrack is going to bring out our 3rd caution of the night.
You know, a year ago here, Phil, Jason led the most laps at Bristol. Big night for he and his team, and he was looking to have the same type of result tonight. But a couple of engine failures at Nashville and Darlington, and now another one here tonight.
Yeah, 3 in a row. That is incredible, and we really don't see that many engine failures in this series.
And so a difficult night for Jason White. Timothy Peters out in front of the field. Hornaday has moved to 2nd. Be the biggest racing fan you can be with Verizon Championship Racing at the track and on your phone. From nationwide and IndyCar driver meet and greets to exclusive peeks inside the Penske garage right on your VCast phone. We are your hard card to racing nirvana. Only from the network with the most 3G coverage, Verizon. A few trucks making their way onto pit road. And for that update, I want to talk a little bit about it. The 30 of Tom Bodine.
Yeah, Johnny Sauter, the 13 was right. He was actually the first truck in line coming in. Adam, what did the 13 do down there?
4 tires, fuel, and an adjustment. He was a little loose end, so they got their fuel at lap 32, and now we will wait and see if, in fact, they are done for the night, Phil.
This is getting interesting, Phil, whether these guys, maybe the 18 was in, the 30, the 13, we said these guys all pitted. Will they come back to pit road, or are they done? That could be it for tonight.
18 also came on pit road, Ray.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just down here checking with Eric Phillips and Richie Waters to find out about strategies on these teams. Richie said for sure they're a one-stop strategy. I asked him how many laps of caution do you need. He said a bunch. He wouldn't give me a number. I just asked Eric Phillips. He said their fuel mileage has been great.
And
they've pitted for last time tonight.
Green flag back in the air. Timothy Peters with another great start, but here comes Ron Hornaday. Challenging on the inside. Now to the outside goes the 5 of Mike Skinner.
Man, when those guys squeeze you down from the top like that, Phil, it's really, really a handful. Watch James Busher. He's going to get on the inside of Skinner, but can he hold on down there?
How about Hornaday squeezing Skinner up?
Oh, problems for the 10 of Jennifer Jo Cobb. It looks as though the 18 of Kyle Busch maybe got into the 10. So Jennifer Jo Cobb spins on the front stretch, and that brings out our 4th caution.
She drives away, though. Didn't get a lot of damage to that 10 truck. She's done such a good job this year, just keeping her nose clean, making laps, got her career best finish last week at Darlington, and I know how much she was looking forward to racing here at Bristol. See what happens here. Kyle Busch dives in on her, gives her a little bit of a shove.
You know, he's wanting to go. He sees Tom Bodine. He sees Johnny Sauter going. Just gets in the back of her, coming off turn 4 and around she goes. She does a nice job. I think she absolutely missed the inside wall. Going to get another view here.
How many times in the history of Bristol, Phil, have you been backwards and spinning around and don't collect that inside wall? Usually you're going to drive straight into it. She did a great job of hanging on, keeping that truck out of the wall.
That's the second time we've seen that tonight. Remember Brad Keselowski the same way. Brad didn't actually fully spin. He just got that truck completely sideways and straightened it out and went on.
Kyle was trying to move up through after making his pit stop and just a little over anxious there, I think, and got into the back of Jennifer. Oh, here comes some more leaders to pit road.
Timothy Peters brings Ron Hornaday, and it looks like the rest of the trucks that didn't come to pit road the first time.
With the exception of Mike Skinner. Mike Skinner stays on the racetrack. Max Pappas stays on the racetrack.
So Timothy Peters has been out front
Smooth, boys,
for 20 laps. Elliott Sadler led the other 17 laps. Elliott Sadler also on pit road now.
Those guys lined up running bumper to bumper, all of them at pit road speed. They got to maintain that pit road speed from the time they enter the pit over there off turn 2. It's a long trip around Adam. Here they come.
Timothy Peters got the call from Jeff Hensley as soon as pit road opened. Get in here. They will do 4 tires on that 17 truck. You see it at the turn 4 into pit road. 5 pit stalls in front of him. And Ron Hornaday, he too will get 4 tires and fuel at lap 38 to Ray Dunlap.
Volunteer Chevrolet on the hood of this number 31 this week, and James Busher said no adjustments for him. Very happy with the way it's going. They had a little trouble getting the jack up on the left side. They'll hang all these tires, but Busher is going to lose 4 or 5 spots sitting here in the pits.
Under caution, they have to make the entire way around pit road. You can't just come on your side of pit road and stop.
That's painful too, Rick. It's a long trip around there, and especially look who's getting a lucky dog. He's 2 down, but he's getting one of them back right now. I didn't know that he could ever get 2 lucky dogs here at Bristol as fast as you can go a lap down, but these quick cautions has put Brad Keselowski in a position to get both his laps back.
Only 2 trucks off the racetrack, Garvey and White. Keselowski 1 lap down now here in Bristol. Hey race fans, Sunoco's free fuel 5,000's back. Just get your Sunoco decal, put it on your car, get spotted and win. We've got spotters visiting every participating Sunoco, and if we see you with it while you're there filling up, you'll win one of thousands of instant prizes and a shot at the grand prize.